Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, June 28, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Minnesota Twins vs Atlanta Braves. The Twins cracked the run column first, taking a brief 1-0 lead midway through the first inning. That lead was short and Minnesota put together just one more run during the contest, on 7 hits. Joey Gallo was the lone Twin to record multiple hits as he went 2-4 at the plate. Joe Ryan got the nod for Minnesota and he was pulled after 3 innings. Ryan gave up 6 runs and struck out 5 over that frame. RHP Kentamita is set to take the mound for his 4th road start of the season. The 35-year-old has thrown well away from the Twin Cities this season as he's holding a 1.50 ERA through 12 innings pitched. Over that time he struck out 12 batters but allowed 2 home runs. All while holding opposing batters to .167 in the box. During the day, however, he's been much more erratic as his ERA pops up to 12.27. While just throwing 11 daytime innings this season, Mita has surrendered 15 runs while logging just 5 Ks. Last time out against the Braves, Mita threw for 4.2 innings and retired 9 batters while walking 4. He ended with an ERA of 5.79. Mita doesn't have a large sample size for away games this late in the season, but he'll look to rebound off of what have been poor daytime showings. The bats continue to stay hot for Atlanta. Ronald Acuna led the way with 2 homers, but the Braves ended with 5 home runs on the contest. All of which came over the first 2 innings. Even though Atlanta was outscored the rest of the way, they had a large enough cushion to end on top 6-2. Bryce Elder got the start and he tossed for 6 innings, striking out and walking 4, while giving up 2 runs. As of this writing, the Braves haven't elected who will start the final game of this series. Taking a look at the pitching staff as a whole, the Braves haven't been as solid tossing at Truist Park. On the season their home ERA sits 4.07, which is above their season average. Over the course of June, the bullpen has also struggled at times as their ERA has climbed to 4.17. The rise in ERA hasn't been due to lack of strikeouts. The Braves are second in the league in strikeouts per game, rather it has been to their inability to shield against giving up the long ball. On the season Atlanta sits 17th in the league, giving up 1.13 homers per game. Given the recent struggles and the lack of daytime pitching consistency, the Braves pitching staff will need to rely on their ability to strike out batters, an area they have a distinct advantage on paper to complete the sweep. I recommend betting on the Braves on the money line. The Braves have been playing very well in June, with a batting average of .303 and a league-leading home run rate. Their pitching staff has also been effective, and they should have an advantage against the Twins, who strike out at a low rate. The Twins starting pitcher, Kentamita, has been good on the road, but he has struggled in daytime games, allowing 15 runs over 11 innings. I think the Braves will be able to take advantage of Mita's weakness and complete the sweep at home. As highlighted, Mita has struggled during daytime games, and he's been susceptible to giving up the long ball on the road this season as well. The Braves bullpen has also allowed home runs at a rate higher than league average, and the Twins find themselves 8th in homers per ball game. Atlanta's bats look to show no sign of slowing, and their June batting numbers should carry their offense yet again here. Not to mention their nearly 2 home runs per game. The play is the over 10 runs. Washington Nationals vs Seattle Mariners. Washington has lost 3 of their last 5 games, including a 8-4 defeat at the hands of the Mariners on Monday. Reliever Corey Abbott entered with the game tied at 3 and proceeded to give up 5 earned runs in 3.1 innings of work to pick up the loss for the Nationals. Starter Trevor Williams lasted only 4 innings and gave up 3 earned runs on 8 hits, 2 of which left the park. Outfielder Lane Thomas and first baseman Dominic Smith both went deep for Washington in the loss. 12 Washington batters were struck out by Seattle's pitching staff in the game. The Mariners have won 3 of their last 5 games, including a 8-4 victory over the Nationals on Monday evening. Starter Luis Castillo picked up his 5th win of the season for Seattle by going 7 innings and allowing 2 earned runs on 7 hits while striking out 7 batters. The Mariners used a 3-run fifth to pull away from the Nationals and snag the win. Third baseman Eugenio Suarez and shortstop J.P. Crawford both went deep for Seattle. Outfielder Julio Rodriguez had 3 hits, knocked in a run, and crossed the plate in the victory. Reliever Paul Sewell earned his 14th save of the season by striking out third baseman Jeimer Candelario to end the game. I recommend betting on the Mariners with a run line. Corbin has been struggling on the road this season with a 2-4 record and an ERA over 6 in 7 away games. The Nationals have also lost the last 4 games he has started. On the other hand, the Mariners' pitching staff has been solid this year, ranking in the top 10 in the league in ERA. They have been even better at home, ranking second in ERA in their last 7 games at T-Mobile Park. The Nationals have also struggled on the road, ranking towards the bottom of the league in ERA. They have also lost their last 3 series on the road and 17 of their last 38 games away from home. The Mariners, on the other hand, have won 6 of their last 8 games at home against the spread. Based on these trends, I think the Mariners are the better team and should win this game. Corbin has compiled an ERA over 7 in his prior 3 starts. He has averaged 12.38 hits per 9 innings and has walked 10 batters in his last 16 innings of work. He also has an ERA over 6 in 7 games started on the road this season. The Nationals have gone over the run total in 3 of Corbin's last 4 road starts. Washington ranks towards the bottom of the league in team ERA. Gilbert has an ERA over 5 in his last 3 starts for Seattle. The Nationals batted a robust .263 with a .465 ERA in their past 7 games. The Mariners have pushed or gone over the run total in 3 of Gilbert's last 4 starts, and they have gone over the run total in 4 of their last 5 games overall. The Washington offense scores a full run more on the road on average than they do at home. The Nationals have gone over the run total in 3 of their last 4 games. Seattle is in the top 15 in the league in runs scored per game with 4.52. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair when these 2 teams meet on Wednesday. Baltimore Orioles vs Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are only a few days removed from one of the longest winning streaks in franchise history before the Atlanta Braves ended their 12-game run over the weekend. Cincinnati has now lost 3 straight following Monday night's rainy series opening loss at Baltimore, 10-3. Left fielder Spencer Steer provided the offense for Cincinnati, going 3 for 3 with a walk and driving in all 3 runs on an RBI single and a 2-run home run. Steer is among a handful of talented young Reds that are quickly becoming household names. The 25-year-old is now batting .282 with a team-leading 12 home runs and 46 RBI. Rookie sensation Elly De La Cruz was held hitless for the 2nd straight game on Monday, but he did score a run. De La Cruz has now crossed the plate at least 1 time in 8 of the last 9 games he's played. He has remained in the cleanup spot since being called up nearly a month ago, and he has ignited the Reds recently with a .315 batting average, 3 homers, 19 runs scored, 10 RBI and 8 stolen bases. Fellow rookie Matt McLain is also hitting well over .300 and has earned the number 2 spot in Cincinnati's batting order. While Cincinnati has cooled off a little bit, the Orioles are enjoying a 3-game winning streak after Monday's 10-3 victory, where they produced double-digit runs for the first time since June 13, and they did it without hitting any home runs. Baltimore cranked out 12 hits, including a 2-for-5 day by designated hitter Austin Hayes, who drove in 3 runs. Catcher Adley Rutschman also had a pair of hits and knocked in 2. The Cincinnati Reds are coming off a 12-game winning streak and are playing some of the best baseball in the league. Their young talent has been on fire and they are hitting the ball very well. The Orioles, on the other hand, have been struggling recently and are missing some key players, including Ryan Mountcastle and Cedric Mullins. Kyle Gibson, the Orioles' starting pitcher, has also been inconsistent in recent starts. The Reds have had success against him in the past, and Jake Fraley is 3 for 4 with 2 home runs against him. The Reds are the better team and should win this game. I recommend betting on the Reds with the juice. The over is the clear choice in this game. The over is 6-1 in Baltimore's last 7 games, and the Orioles possess a balanced defensive attack that has them ranked inside the top 10 in terms of runs per game. Luke Weaver hasn't had many great results this year, and there's a decent chance he won't remain in Cincinnati's rotation at this rate after the Reds get their other starting pitchers back from injuries. But for now, Weaver is going to be able to rely on this resurgent Cincinnati offense that is averaging 7.8 runs per game in Weaver's last 5 starts. The over has hit in 6 of Cincinnati's last 8 games overall, and the Reds have scored an average of 5.5 runs per game in June. I'm ready to watch these teams light up the scoreboard. I'm siding with the over.